Alright, what it is, people, it's your boy I Grind Yu-Gi-Oh! We are back with another deck profile. This time we have a Dogmatika Voiceless deck profile. Top 8 from San Fernando regional. Like, comment, subscribe. Make sure you share the videos. We are at that 1,000 subscriber mark. Make sure you share the videos with all your friends, family, everybody. Let's get to 10,000 subs. Let's get to 100,000 subs. This is only the beginning, but let's get into the deck profile. So for the Dogmatika Voiceless deck profile, we have a 40 card main deck. And the main deck, we have one Trias Hierarchia. During the main phase of this card is in your hand or graveyard. Quick effect: you can tribute up to 3 fairies, special summon this card, but banish it when it leaves the field. Then you can apply the following effects and sequence depending on the number of tributed monsters. 2+, destroy 1 card your opponent controls. 3, draw 2 cards. Pretty straightforward. 1 Dogmatika Maximus, you can banish 1 fusion, synchro, XC, or link monster from your graveyard, special summon this card from your hand. During your main phase, you can activate this effect, send 2 monsters with different names from your extra deck to the graveyard. Also, your opponent send 2 monsters from the extra deck to the graveyard. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of this turn. You can only use each effect of Dogmatika Maximus once per turn. 1 Saphira, Dragon Queen of the Voiceless Voice, you can discard this card, send 1 ritual spell from your deck to the graveyard. Then you can add 1 light ritual monster, warrior, or dragon from your deck or hand or graveyard to your hand. You can banish this card from your graveyard, ritual summon 1 light ritual monster, warrior, or dragon from your hand by tributing monster from your hand to the field whose level exceed the level of the ritual monster. So I play 2 of those. Then we have 3 Ash Blossom Joy Spring in the main deck. 3 Divino the Herald. If this card is normal special summon, you can send 1 fairy monster from your deck or extra deck to the graveyard. And if you do, increase this card's level by that monster's level until the end of this turn. If this card is tribute summon, you can special summon 1 level 2 or lower fairy monster from your hand or deck except Diviner of the Herald. You're going to use each effect once per turn. Then we play 3 low, the Prayers of the Voiceless Voice. If you ritual summon exactly 1 ritual light monster, warrior, or dragon with the card effect that requires use of ritual monsters, this card can be used as the entire tribute. You're going to lose each effects of the following effects of low once per turn. If this card is normal special summon, you can place 1 Voiceless Voice, continue spell trap from your deck, face up in your spell trap zone. If a light ritual monster, warrior, dragon is special summoned to your field while this card is in your graveyard, you can special summon this card. So play 3 low Prayers of the Voiceless Voice. 3 effect Veller. 1 Saravis, the Ancient and Ascendant. You can ritual summon this card with Sprite's Blessing. When your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a monster you control with quick effect, you can discard this card, negate the activation. When your opponent will special summon a monster quick effect, you can return this card to the hand, negate the summon, special summon, and if you do, banish that monster. Very, very good. 2 Skull Guardian, Protector of the Voiceless Voice. You can ritual summon this card with Prayers the Voiceless Voice. Gains 2050 attack. While you have low Prayers of the Voiceless Voice on your field or in your graveyard, you can only use each of the following effects of Skull Guardian, Protect the Voiceless Voice once per turn. If this card is ritual summon, you can add 1 Voiceless Voice monster or ritual monster, warrior, or dragon from your deck to your hand. When your opponent activates a card or effect while you control low of the Voiceless Voice quick effect, you can negate the activation. If you do, destroy that card. So we only play 2 of those. 3 Barrier of the Voiceless Voice. While you control a low and the light ritual monster, your opponent monsters can only target ritual monsters for attacks. Also, your opponent cannot target light monsters you control with card effects. During the main phase, you can add 1 Voiceless Voice card or 1 Skull Guardian ritual from your deck to your hand. You're going to use each of the following effects once per turn. Then we have 1 Blessings of the Voiceless Voice. You can target 1 of your Voiceless Voice cards that is banished on your graveyard except Blessings added to your hand. If a non-ritual monster is normal special summon, you can ritual summon 1 light ritual monster from your hand by light ritual monster, dragon, or warrior from your hand by attributing monsters from your hand to field whose levels equal or exceed the level of that ritual monster. And if you do, it cannot be destroyed without it. You can only use each of the following effect once per turn. Then we have 3 Nadir Servant. Send 1 monster from your extra deck to the graveyard, then add 1 Dogmatika monster or Fallen Albaz from your deck or graveyard to your hand that has attack less than or equal to the monster sent in the graveyard. Also, for the rest of this turn, after this card resolves, you cannot special summon a monster from an extra deck. You're going to activate 1 Nadir Servant per turn. 1 Pot of Prosperity. 2 Preparation of Rites. Add 1 ritual spell from your deck to your hand. Add 1 ritual monster from your deck to your hand, deck or graveyard to your hand whose name is listed on the ritual spell. You're going to activate 1 preparation per turn. Then we play 2 Prayers of the Voiceless Voice. This card can only be used to ritual summon any light ritual monster You must also attribute light monsters from your hand to a field whose total levels exceed or equal or exceed the level of the ritual monster. If a face-up light ritual monsters or monsters you control leaves the field by an opponent card effect, except during damage step, you can banish this card from your graveyard, special summon once Aravis, the Dragon Ancient Ascended, Saphira, Queen of Dragons, or Skull Guardian Protector from your hand or deck. Ignoring the summoning conditions, you can only use this effect once per turn. So we play 2 of those. Then we play the 1 trap, Radiance of the Voiceless Voice. Then we play 1 there can only be 1. We play 3 Dominus Purge. If your opponent controls a card, you can activate this card from your hand. When a card effect is activated that includes effects to add a card from the deck to the hand, negate that effect. Then if you have a trap in your graveyard, destroy that card. If you activated this card from your hand, you cannot activate the effects of Dark, Water, and Fire monster for the rest of the turn. You can only activate 1 Dominus Purge per turn. 3 Infinite Impermanence, and then we have the 1 Odd-Eyes Pendulum Graph Dragon. In the extra deck, we play 1 Garura for the draw 1, 2 Elder Entity Entis for pops in the graveyard, 1 Chaos Angel, 1 Cyframe Lord Omega. Then we play 1 Odd-Eyes Meteor Burst Dragon, 1 Herald of the Arclight, 1 Superstar Sled Typhon, 1 Secure Gardener, 1 Relinquish Animal, 1 Dynamondo, 1 SP Little Knight, 1 Tri-Brigade Bear Blossom, 1 IP Masquerena, 1 Salaman Great Almirage, 3 Nibiru Primal Being in the side deck, 3 Drone Lockbird in the side deck, 1 Harpy's Feather Duster, 1 Call by the Grave, 3 Cosmic Cyclones, 1 Anti-Spell Fragrance, and then 3 Solemn Judgment. So that wraps it up for the Dogmatika Voiceless deck profile. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. It's your boy YUGIOH. We are at 1,000 subscribers. Man, we are out of here. We heading to 10,000 subscribers, 100,000 subscribers. We will get there. So I appreciate all of y'all. Thank you for showing the love. We out.